But one quick thing before we get to the big story, which is right up on the screen. I want to talk about the Jade Cargill thing really
Okay, because you know my thoughts on it. I am very heated about this whole situation, too.
I loved this. Like, Naomi and Liv didn't even get to do anything. And Jade Cargill's music hits. She comes running into the chamber because they forgot to close the damn door. And Liv is like, no, it wasn't me. Jade Cargill makes a beeline for Naomi, and Bianca is just like freaking out in her pod. I absolutely loved this.
I loved it too, but Bianca Belair needs to be revealed as the attacker as well, and not just Naomi. Or this whole storyline would have made no damn sense. I'm sorry. That's the way I see it. Now, maybe Bianca Belair cheats at WrestleMania and wins the Women's World Championship, which, how the freaking fuck did Io Sky win that championship last night? Don't ask me.
Because it's probably going to be a triple threat match.
Io Sky is the most boring woman in the... She can't talk. She can barely wrestle. Her women's championship reign was an absolute disgrace of a championship reign for 8 months. How did she get another championship?
I actually love her as a champion.
What did she do?
Hey, Justin wants to get in on the Cena talk. I'll invite him in.
We got an impromptu guest on championship rings. We are really the final boss. We do whatever the fuck we want.
Yes. Justin, I just put the link in the live chat, so just click on that. You'll come backstage. But I absolutely loved the Jade Cargill stuff.
I loved it, but I still think Bianca needs to be involved in this attack. If Bianca was just like, oh yeah, I didn't know, like, it makes her look so stupid.
So that there's intrigue to that story. I loved that they had Randy Orton return.
Yes. Now, we thought it was going to happen during the match and happen after the match. I actually kind of like the fact that Kevin Owens beat him. I was like, you know what? That actually works out better.
I would have loved it if, Kevin Owens is about to beat Sami Zayn. Boom! RKO.
I think they're writing Sami Zayn now out of WrestleMania. Doesn't that? I mean, that's what it looks like to me.
Which is interesting because he's been in this weird type of feud with Karrion Kross, which that felt like it could get heated up and maybe happen at WrestleMania. I don't know. WWE's got a lot of interesting stories, but
we got a lot of questions answered, and we don't even know what the fuck this favor is with CM Punk and Paul Heyman, and how that's coming into play.
Oh, I think I have an interesting idea.
Oh, I have a take. I already know what the main event of night 1 of WrestleMania 41 is going to be, and it's not going to be Gunther and Jey Uso for the World Championship.
I agree with you. I think there he is.
Let's go ahead, Josh. Welcome him in. What's up, Justin? Nice to meet you, buddy.
What's up, Justin? What is this, the second straight day I get to collab with you, dude?
Second straight day out of the week, yes.
Yes. You wanted to get in on the Cena talk.
Yeah, because I absolutely love this.
I called it last week, Josh. I broke down the whole story for Josh. Go back and listen to it.
Yeah, you did. You and I have both had like crystal balls or something.
So Josh called Jey Uso winning the men's Royal Rumble, which I thought he was absolutely crazy for. And then last week, Josh predicted Drew McIntyre to win the men's chamber, and I said, no, it is Cena, and he is turning heel. Because when he said at the Royal Rumble press conference that he was winning a 17th World Championship because it was best for business, I knew something different was happening. I knew something different was happening when he announced the retirement tour, said he was going to go full time, and then all of a sudden he leaves and has it on television.
Yeah.
So, first of all, I kind of had a feeling Jey Uso was going to win this Royal Rumble because, come on, the story between Jey and Gunther is right there for you. And then the press conference when John Cena said like he's gonna win the Elimination Chamber, not for the fans, but for him because it's best for business. That kind of made me think like, yeah, there's no one better to win the Elimination Chamber on his final year than John Cena.
So I love the way they had Cena win it. Like that should have been the first sign that he was going to turn heel.
Oh, it was, absolutely. When I saw him immediately, you could see when Seth Rollins stopped CM Punk, he did not hesitate. He immediately locked in the STF. And then his face after the match was like, yeah. And then they bring out Cody Rhodes, excuse me. And that's when you knew. When they did that immediately after and they didn't take an ad break on Peacock, I knew Cena was officially turning at that point.
And I loved the way they set it up too, because like they actually allowed Cody Rhodes to drop the F-bomb on WWE programming, which was hilarious. Because I was just like, oh my God, they're taking a page right out of AEW's book with that.
And me, as someone, and Justin, just to let you know, Josh knows this, I'm not a fan of AEW at all. I have a lot of issues with the head booker in that promotion. But that's all I can think.
Can I say one thing quickly? I have not liked AEW since Cody Rhodes left that company. So
I think him leaving and CM Punk leaving, I've told Josh this, I think he completely changed the company.
Yeah, so ever since they both left and ever since they brought in Sasha Banks, and yes, I'm still calling her Sasha Banks. I don't care.
I still call Adam Copeland Edge. He's my favorite wrestler of all time, and he's barely on AEW television. I mean, I know he's having a world championship with Jon Moxley, but everybody hates the storyline. So,
I'm absolutely loving the storyline.
You are literally the only person I know that has said anything good about it.
I'm loving the Death Riders story, but plus we have AEW on Revolution on Sunday.
We do.
Which, not to make this into an AEW versus WWE topic, but what I'm nervous about is, like, we had arguably the biggest heel turn in the history of WWE. I know a lot of people are saying Hulk Hogan. I think it was Hogan's heel turn.
No, I would argue that with the day of the internet, this Cena turn is way bigger than Hogan. Do you know how many non-wrestling fans that know nothing about wrestling have texted me and said, what the fuck is up? Who the fuck is this John Cena guy? And what does heel mean? And why did he turn?
Yes. And I get it. So, but what I'm saying is I'm nervous that whatever happens at AEW, excuse me, people are going to try and compare it to this Cena heel turn.
Well, no, you can't compare it, but I mean, the IWC will try. But it's unfortunate. I kind of feel bad for AEW because Tony Khan was trying to promote Collision during the premium live event on Saturday night, and every single comment under his tweets were, and I quote, "Shut the fuck up, John Cena just turned heel."
Am I a bigger AEW fan than I am WWE? Yes, just because I like the style of AEW more. But, dude, when I saw this on Saturday, it was amazing. The way, my favorite part of Cena's heel turn, bar none, was when they zoomed right in on Cena's face, and the way his facial expressions changed was just, mwah.
How about Michael Cole saying, "John, are you really going to go through with this shit?" I mean, he literally.
So
how about that?
So that pretty much told me, like, hey, the champion can swear. Why can't I?
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, and I saw this idea on my Discord server last night. What if the favor is kind of like what they did night one WrestleMania last year, where Cody Rhodes is in a tag team with CM Punk against The Rock and John Cena, and if Punk and Rhodes win, then CM Punk gets added.
No, that's not the match. The match is Punk, Rollins, Reigns. Winner gets added to the main event of night 2. That's your night 1 main event. And this is what's going to happen. Paul Heyman is going to hit Roman Reigns in the back with a steel chair. And he is going to screw Roman Reigns out of the match. And Punk is going to pin Seth Rollins as the favor. Paul Heyman gives CM Punk an undisputed championship match.
It'll be interesting because Punk and Rollins are facing off next week at Madison Square Garden in a steel cage.
I heard that promo last night by Punk, by the way. Was that not one of the top 3 promos of his life?
I'll have to go back and watch it.
Oh, Josh, it was one of the greatest promos I ever heard. I know you're not a Punk fan. He created another meme out of that too.
So I think I and I don't mean to cut any of you guys off, but I think I know where this whole entire thing with John Cena's heel turn is going. If I can elaborate for a second.
Go ahead.
So I think John Cena is going to win title number 17 at WrestleMania from Cody Rhodes. I think he's gonna hold. I think he's gonna hold it until either SummerSlam or Survivor Series, and then drop it, and then that's when we're gonna get the face John Cena back. Not that I would like it, but this is what I think is gonna be part of the storyline. And then December 27th, Boston, Massachusetts, TD gone for Ruthless Aggression. We're gonna get Rock Cena one last time in John Cena's retirement match.
Okay, I disagree with you a little bit. I agree with you. Cena's going to beat Cody. He's going to win the title at WrestleMania. He's going to hold it till SummerSlam. Yep. During that time, he's going to feud with all his former rivals. AJ Styles, CM Punk. And I'm saving one name in particular for last because I do think eventually Cena is going to turn back babyface. He's going to go through this whole story. I don't think we're going to get Cena versus Rock for his final match, though. I think the final match is Randy Orton.
I would like that a lot more than The Rock because John Cena and Randy Orton, like we all know, has history between each other.
Yeah.
The Rock and Cena doesn't.
And this is just my personal taste. And part of this is because I like non-title feuds more. Mm-hmm. As of right now, knowing that we're probably going to get Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton, I'm a little more interested in that story than I am Cody and Cena. Now, that's not to say it won't be flipped by the time we get closer to Mania. But
well, no, and you have every right to say that, Unger, because John Cena is not scheduled to be on WWE television until March 15th.
Right.
He's ready to get it. I mean, that's this whole heel turn. And by the way, I'm sorry, you can't convince me that, The Rock just showed up a week ago and all these plans changed. No. This was the plan all along, and they worked you, they worked me, they worked everybody on this call. They even worked the production truck. I don't know if you guys heard the story. Triple H cleared out the production truck on Saturday night and ran the end of the show himself because he did not want anybody in WWE outside of Cody, Cena, The Rock, and Travis Scott knowing what was going down.
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah.
But for me, the only reason the main reason I'm more interested in Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton is because Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Cody Rhodes have been interlocked in this triangle. That's why for the longest time I wanted it to, and I thought it was going to be a triple threat match between the three of them for the WWE Championship. Obviously that's not going to happen. I get it. But because of how invested I got in that whole dynamic, that's why I'm more interested in Kevin versus Randy. But again, am I going to be invested in this Cena versus Cody story? Absolutely. I'm not trying to say that I don't care about it. There's just you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, and I want to add one more thing real quick, guys, because I see this theory be thrown out on the internet a little bit. We all know heels lie. Are we sure John Cena's retiring?
Yes,
I would say so.
because he said himself on January 6th, he's 100% done. He's not gonna wrestle anymore after December. He'll still be in the WWE, but he'll be behind the scenes.
I understand that. But what I'm saying is, heels lie. Is heel Cena? Why did they let heel Cena be the champion and he doesn't retire? And the whole retirement tour was a scam.
Then he pretty much pulled a Brett Favre in the NFL.
Yeah.
But that's what heels do. I mean, right? I mean, that's what he would do. That's what his character would do.
Oh, I'm not saying that I don't. I'm not saying that I don't disagree with you, because I'm agreeing with you 100% on everything you're saying.
I do think it's interesting how much they were promoting. They've been promoting the retirement tour. Now that he's turned heel, I wonder if they're going to like turn down that level of promotion on the whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
It makes me curious. And from what I heard, Travis Scott is going to help Cena develop a new entrance.
A new entrance and new merch.
Yeah. I wonder, like, what is his gimmick going to be? Like,
honestly, I think
he already told you what his gimmick was going to be when he was going to turn heel in 2012, and Vince McMahon nixed it at the last second when he watched The Rock at WrestleMania 28. He's going to work less. He's going to cheat to win. You know, he's not going to come out in the George, obviously. He may come out in similar gear to what he did with the Doctor of Thugonomics. Like,
right, I was just going to say Doctor of Thugonomics 2.0.
No, what I meant more is, like, he always is, like, doing stuff with Make-A-Wish and talking about never give up.
Oh, he's not doing any of that.
No.
So what I'm saying is he going to change his whole thing to, no, you should always give up? And I heard WWE actually tried to trademark the phrase break a wish. So is that going to be more of his thing where he just...
That's interesting. I didn't hear that. That's interesting. I would love that.
I did not hear
At
that
least
either.
I think I saw that report that WWE wanted to trademark that. Like, it almost feels like with this heel turn, he's going to try and contradict himself in a way.
I mean, you have to, right? When you've been a babyface like that for 20 years, you have to literally do the complete opposite.
Yeah, and this was the only way you were going to get him to turn heel. I do wish Bray Wyatt was still alive. Because if you remember...
Bray would have loved this.
Huh?
Bray would have absolutely loved it.
Yes, but if you remember, when they were feuding leading into, what was that, WrestleMania 36, I think Wyatt cut a promo basically.
It's like, all over. It's all over the internet. I saw it all over Monday of him basically predicting this, and the Firefly Funhouse match predicted it.
Yeah, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Do you have any other thoughts on that? I'm curious.
I don't. What about you, Justin?
So, exactly when I saw that Firefly Funhouse match, because we didn't get any fans back then in 2020. It was like a pandemic kind of thing. So when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I believe that per se. And then Bad Blood last October when The Rock threw up the three hands, I was like, okay, maybe the Firefly Funhouse was telling the truth a little bit. And then we see it on Saturday, and I was like, can you tell the future or something, Bray? Because I did not expect that at all.
I do wonder if they're going to try and add a third member, because
there's rumors going around from the internet, and I'm not 100% believing this, but until I see it, there's rumors going around that it's going to be Jey Uso.
See, I've heard Seth.
Jay wouldn't make. I don't know how you would get away with turning Jay heel. Which, man, I wasn't sure how they were going to pull off this feud between him and Gunther all the way to WrestleMania. they're really doing a good job with it. It's getting way more interesting than I thought it would be. Honestly,
I still have an issue with the fact that they ran it at Saturday night's main event, and then all of a sudden Jay wins the Rumble. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like a WrestleMania world title match to me. Like, and I think we all know Jay's winning. It doesn't feel like that match can main event night one, and I've been on that from the beginning.
It's not going to main event night one. I have a some odd feeling that Tiffany and Charlotte might main event night one.
No, it's good. I have told Josh this. You cannot follow a Punk Rollins Roman match. That's your main event. You can't follow it.
I'm not 100% convinced it's going to be Punk, Rollins, and Roman. It might end up just being Roman against Rollins straight up. Because I could see it being that during the steel cage match, I know the intended purpose is the steel cage is to keep people out, but Roman's going to get involved somehow, some way. And
it's at MSG, so
yeah. So I think Roman screws Seth, and that leads to straight up Roman Seth.
I was gonna say the steel cage is intended to keep people out. Let's ask Mark Henry what he thought about that when he injured Batista.
Yeah.
And The Undertaker as well back in 2007 when they had that. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up for tonight. Thank you, Justin, for coming on and giving your thoughts. I appreciate it. We should have you back on sometime, man. Maybe closer to the NBA playoffs. Talk some basketball.
I'm all for that.
Hey, by the way, we've got another steel cage match this weekend. Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay, which should be absolutely bonkers. I can't wait for AEW Revolution. MJF Hangman, Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega versus Konosuke Takeshita, Cope versus Moxley. It's going to be and we got Timeless Tony Storm versus Mariah May in a Falls Count Anywhere, no DQ match. It's going to be great.
So what time is that show going to end? About 1 o'clock in the morning?
Yeah, close to midnight.
Knowing Tony Khan, yeah.
AEW pay-per-views rarely miss, and I don't think this one's going to miss. I just hope whatever happens in the main event, people don't try to compare it to Cena turning heel, because that's going to be the conversation, and I want both shows to be able to live freely. Like, let people enjoy the Cena heel turn, and whatever happens with Moxley and Cope, let people enjoy that. There doesn't need to be a comparison.
I agree with you on that. I think it's hard for people on the internet to differentiate that when you're around the IWC all day and all you see is one report that one company's hot and one company can't sell jack.
Yep.